Hello and welcome to the final episode of Monotype Madness. It's in Regulation E, our first and only episode in this regulation, and is of course the fairy type. We've finally got there, the last episode. The team is on the screen right now. I'm not going to go through it in too much detail. You'll notice there's no Flutter Mane, so we've forgone some of the more obvious picks for some more interesting stuff, particularly that Dedenne, a Pokemon that I would like to feature. And never really had a chance to. So we're going to go with it now. And a quick breakdown of what we've got going on and why we've chosen what we've chosen. So we've got Tailwind and Trick Room on this team, so a good range of speed control with some other stuff in between. And basically we're looking for ways to beat, or at least not lose to, Fire Ogerpon. So we've got a lot of fire hate in general. Also for Pokemon like Iron Hands, who commonly terrestrialize into the fire type and have strong steel moves to deal with fairies. So yeah, just some good coverage against fire types in general. Good coverage versus Urshifu, particularly Rapid Strike. So we've got a couple of defensive Tera types there, and coverage again versus it. And a way to beat King Gambit, because that could be a problem as well. We've got a couple of sneak moves in here to get the job done there. So this is the team. Let's see if we can get this win and see this series out in style. We have an opponent. They're named Haxo. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. Oh, they've got all the speed control going on here. Well, they don't actually. They don't have Tailwind. But they probably have Thunder Wave on the Thunderous or Scary Face, with a potential Trick Room option as well. What don't they bring? Honestly, they could bring everything. Everything's pretty good here, because you've got to assume the Batcalabur's probably Steel or Fire Terra. So we will see. I think we're going to go with Dedenne, Enamorus, Dedenne Enamorus lead. Do we want to do that, or do we want to go with Daxbon? We're going to go... Yeah, we're going to do that. I would like to go with Daxbun, but we're not really putting out a whole lot of threat if we just lead the Dedenne Daxbun. So we're going to go with these two. I am a little bit worried about just getting Thunder Waved from the beginning into the Enamorus slot, but we'll see. I mean, we can always pull a switch as well. So we'll see. Pretty cool trainer card. I see why they're called Haxo now. I'm expecting the Thunderous, probably Flutter Mane in the lead or something else. Okie dokie Thunderous, of course. That also makes a lot of sense. Okay, so you know, I think we're just going to go for it. I think we do get Thunder Waved, but if we do, we do. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to Nuzzle the Okie dokie, so we can combat the Thunder Wave that's going to come out on the following turn. And we'll go for a Protect as well. And we're hoping they attack into that slot. So there's the Thunder Wave, which I expect they will. It's the bigger threat, right? Shot. Okay, so they do go into that slot, and they can miss with the Gunk Shot as well. That would be pretty nice. So from here, we're going to go for the Eerie Impulse play. Could go for the Dazzling Gleam. I mean, it's neutral and it gets damage down on both of my opponent's Pokemon. I think that's the right play. Was thinking of just going for the Earth Power. That probably doesn't get the job done anyway. So we'll give this a go. Could terrastalize. Is it worth me terrastalizing though? Terastallization might allow us to get the Thunderous, so I think we're going to go for it. We might just lose our Enamorus here though. We probably will lose our Enamorus here. We need to pull through the paralysis and avoid a gunk shot one way or another, either by getting my opponent fully paralysed or it just missing. So we're hoping for quite a lot. Oh, they don't even go for the Thunder Wave. Okay, nice. We should get a good chunk down on the Thunderous. You got to respect us the Assault Vest on the Okidogi. That's a good chunk. Look at that. Can we get a full? If we get full power though, we don't. We go for the high horsepower. Not what I was expecting. We actually take that, no problem. I say no problem. It was a little bit of a problem, but here we go. Look at the recovery on that. It was no problem. What we took in the end, we took 17 damage. Sitrus comes out. From here, we're going to do exactly the same thing. Eerie Impulse into Dazzling Gleam. Might see a Trick Room. But this is our play all day long. We're putting out some damage now. Oh, look at that. We get the one shot on the Sitrus chart as well. Pretty pleased with how this one's going. Almost didn't go with this lead, as we saw, but I'm glad that we did. I'm glad that we didn't see the Thunder Wave. Okay, so Ogerpon comes out. Water Ogerpon. We'll Nuzzle that all day long. We'll go for the Protect as well. And they forfeit. GG. Yeah, I don't blame them. I think we had it from there. GG's my opponent. We managed to pull it out. Dedenne getting the job done. Enabling our Enamorus there. So we managed to get the win. Let's have one more. See if we can feature a few more of the Pokemon on this team. And if not, we've already got the win in the bag. We have an opponent. They've got a Heatran, which is about as anti-fairy as you can get. So we're definitely bringing... I say we're definitely bringing Enamorus. Are we bringing Enamorus? Probably. We don't need to. Because it's not like we can't hit it with some of our other moves. I don't think we need Darkspawn. I could see that obviously the Ninetales in the lead is always a thing thanks to the Aurora Veil. What do we want to do? Do we do the same as before? Enamorus, Dedenne. I think so, because if it's Scarfed Urshifu, that could actually be a pretty big problem. It's obviously Water Urshifu, Fire, Water, Grass Core. They've got the Fantasy Core as well. Fairy, Dragon, Steel. So, we'll do that. We'll lead Dedenne. We're going to leave Gardevoir as well. We're going to bring Enamorus. And we're going to bring Valiant 2. Wigglytuff makes a case for itself. But I think this is right. Darkspawn, less so. If they get the Aurora Veil up, could be tricky. But we'll see. Oh, it's not even Water Ash if it's dark. Wow. Trace the Snow Warning. Can you trace Unseen Fist? I don't think you can. So, What do we do? You got to imagine this. The Urshifu's terastallizing, right? It's got to be. We'll go with the Moonblast anyway. Or we could go for the Aura Sphere. I don't think it gets the job done. But in case they go for like the Steel Tera. We'll do it. Don't know how this is going to pan out. So we do see a terastallization. I wasn't sure if it was just going to be Sash Urshifu, but obviously not. It is Steel. I don't think Aura Sphere would have got the job done, but maybe it would have. Maybe it should have been a bit bolder in my play. There's the Aurora Veil. Yeah, no, Aura Sphere wouldn't get the job done through Veil. Okay, so put in some speed control down immediately. Iron Head comes out. That's got to be going into the Gardevoir. Yeah, because that doesn't get the job done onto the Dedenne, since it's not still weak. Now, from here, I think I'm okay going Super Fang plus Aura Sphere. Yeah, we're going to do that. Could see a Protect, but we'll see. No Sucker Punch either. Wow. So our Gardevoir's outspeeding Dedenne. We've missed as well. I mean, I should have noticed that from the first turn. Get full power. Right, let's check this out. What's going on there? Oh, of course, yeah, we're nowhere near speedy with Dedenne. Of course, we're bulky. That would be why. I mean, there wasn't really much else we could do there anyway. It took that Aura Sphere really well. All things considered. We'll go for the Volt Switch. We're going to go for the same play again with Gardevoir. So they pull the switch here. I expect now we're going to see the Sucker Punch come out. Into Sinistcha. Yeah, so there's a Sucker Punch. I wonder if it's Assault Vest Urshifu actually, for the amount of damage just not taken. I could see that being the case. Right, let's think about this. So we haven't terastallized yet. Do we just go in with the Enamorus Dedenne? I think at this point we kind of need to. If we see a Rage Powder, I mean, then we're in trouble. But at this point, this is what we need to do. We're not going to terastallize. Probably get outsped by the Urshifu though. Maybe we Nuzzle, maybe this is our one chance. No, we're just going to go in. We're just going to go in. We might get outsped, but I mean, if it is Assault Vest, then maybe it's bulkier and slower. Okay, that's a good sign. That's a really good sign. Oh yes, there we go. Okay, so we do outspeed. Yeah, so we're 1 point faster than our Enamorus with Dedenne. So as soon as I saw the Eerie Impulse come out, I was like, okay, that's good news. So Urshifu gone. And you know what's coming from now on. We're going in with the... I'm glad to see Sinistcha. That means they probably don't have a great switch. They must have Heatran, right? They must. There's no way you don't. Or they're bringing in the Sinistcha to keep their Focus Sash intact. We're going to do this again. Just like we did last game. We're going to Terrasilize, so we lose the grass resist, but we also lose the ice weakness. We might see a Rage Powder here, which if we do, we do. We actually don't. So I imagine they're both surviving the turn, considering that Veil's up. Oh my word, look at that. Even through Veil. That is some power. That is nuts. That is crazy. That's Heatran. Of course it's Heatran. This is all over, isn't it? Unless it's like Scarf Heatran. This should be all over. It's definitely not Scarf Heatran. GG, man, that duo right there. I mean, I pretty much just... That's the team, isn't it? It's them two. GG to my opponent. We got the W there, despite how it looked in the beginning. So yeah, that's the fairy episode out of the way. That's the whole series out of the way. Let's do a very quick roundup of Monotype Madness. So it's been about 4 or 5 months in the making, but that is the end of Monotype Madness. Thank you very much if you've joined me on this journey. On the screen, you can see some of my personal highlights of Pokemon we've featured. It's the best thing about the series. We get to try out all these things that you wouldn't necessarily see otherwise, including some not fully evolved Pokemon. Not very evolved Pokemon. I guess you could say as well. But yeah, thanks for watching. We'll do more of this kind of stuff in the future. Including, I'm thinking of doing a return to another series that I used to do, very similar to this one, but not Monotype. So if you've been around, you'll know what series I may be referring to, and it is a lot of fun as well. So again, thank you very much for watching, guys, and hopefully I will catch you either on stream or in one of my next videos. You take care.